Should see my name at the top of the list. My shit fire, I be high and barely try when I'm dropping this shit. Plus my approach like we shopping them bricks. We talking business, need my money up front or we popping them quick.
What is good, everybody? DJ TMac back here for another hip-hop conversation. And we in the same location as we were just previously. We got somebody different in the chair, though. We got my man Hash in the building. MC from Denver, Colorado, right?
I'm based out of Denver, yeah.
MC based out of Denver? Where are you originally
from Petersburg, Virginia.
Okay, yes, Virginia. Yeah. When did you come out here?
I was out here since 2003, kind of back and forth a little bit, but mainly I've been based out of here since 2003. You know what I'm saying?
So what initially brought you out here to Denver?
Man, you know, my family was military, and my stepfather got stationed in Kansas on Fort Riley. I spent a little time out there, and then I started coming out here doing shows, and I just fell in love with Colorado, man, so I decided to move out here, you know what I'm saying?
Doing music shows?
Doing music shows, yeah.
So how long have you been in music, man? Get into it.
Man, I dropped
Bring
my
us back
first,
to the start.
I dropped my first tape in '98.
Okay, not expecting that answer.
In high school, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Dropped my first tape in '98.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you want to get into music at that time? What were some of your influences? What was going on around you that made you want to do music?
I was always a musician, always. I just came out with it around '97. You know what I'm saying? I was freestyling in a barbershop, and
fitting to be here in a barbershop.
Right, in the barbershop. I was freestyling in the barbershop, and DJ Los happened to be there that day, and it was a wrap from there. You know what I'm saying? He kind of shaped me into who I am. You know what I mean? Taught me the songwriting structure. You know what I'm saying? How to put bars together, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I was always already writing and doing it. But he just, honed in the talent. You know what I'm saying?
So that was back in Virginia.
Yeah, that was in VA. Yeah.
Nice, man. So, man, you've been doing music quite a long time.
A long time.
So the first time I saw you perform was at the Termanology show last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was a hell of a lineup. Yeah, that was a few months after I first moved here. So that's when I first saw Old Soul, Rose, TMC, everybody on that lineup. And you and your crew were part of it.
Yeah.
And something I specifically remember from the night, too, like how you guys were rocking on stage.
Yeah, everybody had the jerseys on.
Everybody had the jerseys on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a cool night, man. Talk about that night and sort of how that came together.
My man 4-5, Justice, you know what I'm saying? He's a real one, you know what I'm saying? And he brought Termanology out, and he was just like, yo, you want to be on the show with Termanology? And I was like, oh, shit, I know Term, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, that was a good night, man. Term came through, he showed some love, you know what I'm saying? Tapped in with him and a couple of his artists that he brought out with him. And that was definitely a tough lineup.
It was a long lineup, but it was worth every second of it.
Debonair was in there. That's where I met Debonair from New York, from Brooklyn. He was there that night. Yeah, it was a tough lineup. That was tough, now that I remember, yeah.
Yeah, that was really dope. And that was like my first time hanging out at River, too. So I was like, all right, this is the spot. This is my new
shout
spot.
out to River, man. That's a dope spot. I love the River.
Shout out River. Shout out 4-5.
Yeah.
I interviewed 4-5 at River. It's a dope spot, man. I was just talking about with Len Sun, who's a graffiti artist, who's always back there tagging it up.
Yep. Doing
his thing. And man, yeah, River's a hot spot for hip hop. What are some of your other favorite venues or go-to spots around town?
Man, I really like the Marquee Theater, where I had my first headliner in Denver at in March. You know what I'm saying? The Marquee Theater. I really like Your Mom's House, too.
I like that spot.
Yeah, Your Mom's House is smaller, but, you know what I'm saying, like the green room situation, you know what I'm saying, the stage lighting, the projection in the back. So that's a dope spot, too. And I did like I think it was called the Black Buzzard in Colorado Springs. I know I just did a show out there with Top Flight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And KC and Swizzy B, you know what I'm saying, out there. We headlined the show. And yeah, I really like that spot too. I don't think it's called the Black Buzzard, but some Oscar Blue, something like that. But yeah, those are three of my favorite spots right now. You know what I'm saying?
So I definitely seen you out, definitely seen you performing. What is your sort of writing process and style? Let's break down your music style a little bit, and then maybe the creation process and how you get to that finished product.
Man, I just, I just try to be like, I'm not trying to be the most lyrical, as far as philosophical, abdominal, you know what I mean, abominable, all that big words and all that stuff. Man, I just want to be relatable, you know what I mean, just relatable. real because I want, you know what I'm saying, to make that type of music that Pac made for me, you know what I mean, that helped me get through hard times, that kind of gave me some guidance, like somebody to relate to, you know what I'm saying. So I just think about my life and I just, you know, put it in the words, you know what I'm saying. Pretty much in everything I do is on the music tip, you know what I mean, just try to be the most relatable. And spit bars too. I got bars, you know what I'm saying. But you know what I mean, but it's just more about
Your
the
intention
relatability.
is something a little different than riggedy rap and you
Right,
know
you
trying
know what I'm
to do that style. You have your own sort of lane that you're trying to focus in on.
That's it, you know what I'm saying, the art of it, you know what I'm saying, painting pictures literally with my words, you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm on. I ain't glorifying this shit. I'm just telling my story. Let's go.
This how I feel when a nigga real. The feds ran up in my spot, found some coke and $250,000. Did my time, came home, sorta chill. But when you ain't used to being broke, you can't ignore them bills. Bill collectors on my line, I can't ignore them bills. I can't lie, my block was hotter than them farming grills. What choice did I have? I had to feed my daughter still. Taking chances in these streets might get us all killed. I'm from the crack baby era and the corner hustlers. Be a victim if you snitching, you can't live amongst us. And I'm forever in that mode, living by the code. Winning life, we on the podium, touching the gold.
You know.
So I haven't got to sit with your music too much yet, but I did hear a feature of yours that's unreleased on the Rose album.
Yeah.
So I mean, I heard that and I felt like I learned a lot about you. Right. So I definitely understand what you're saying there about what you're trying to put into your art and what you're trying to give people with it. Really dope. How many? Could you put a number on like how many albums or projects that you have out?
On streaming platforms, I have, let me see, the Money mixtape, the 5 Summers, YOTG, Mansa Mustafa, I Am Who I Am, and several singles, you know, probably 8 on streaming platforms and probably another 10 that I had out on CDs and you know what I mean, all that stuff before the streaming platform era. Yeah.
Before the digital era.
Before the digital era.
You've been around way before.
Oh yeah,
not
man.
even way before it, but like really saw a whole transition in the music industry.
Yeah, I did.
When you first put out or was laying down rhymes and putting out your first record, very different environment and goals, I'm sure, back then than what it might be today.
Yeah, the goals back then was like, I just want to sell 1,000 CDs at $10 a pop and make $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the goals back then. So yeah, I came from that selling CDs out the trunk era. Posting flyers around town to get people to come to your shows, handing out flyers, you know, posters when all that really mattered, when the radio really mattered, you know, things like that. So, yeah.
What is it like transitioning, like being a part of transitioning to the digital way of doing things?
It was crazy, but I loved it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, first, like, I had to make a total readjustment anyway because I had got out of prison. This all happened when I was in prison. So I went to prison, we were still selling CDs. And then when I got out, there's Spotify, Apple, you know what I mean? Like, I saw the iTunes and all that, but, like, I didn't really get to, you know, play with streaming like that. So, like, when I got out, that was just one of the things I had to learn just to get back in the stride with things. But I think I just jumped in it and just took that leap. And like everything else, just like selling the CDs, I had the faith in myself to get these streams. Like my last project, I Am Who I Am, I got over 1 million streams total on that EP. You know what I mean? Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you,
that's
man.
fucking a milestone. That's a big thing.
It's definitely a big milestone. You know, that landed me a distribution deal with Grooves, Universal Music Group's distribution for independent artists. But yeah, you know what I mean. So it's just I'm a hustler. You know what I mean. So like no matter what it is, I'm gonna adapt. I just adapted to it right away.
Okay, nice. You just brought up the distribution deal. I mean, let's talk a little bit more about that. Not many artists who I talk to have a distribution deal.
Right.
So sort of break that down. What's involved in it? What they do for you? Break it down a little bit.
Well, it's more of a, you know, you get a machine behind you of sorts. You know what I mean? So like you do have to put in the work, but if they see you moving numbers, then they're gonna pick. You know, they'll pick things up and put more of their budget behind it. But they do some work for you. Sync placements. They'll search for sync placements and find publishing deals and, you know, different things like that. So and then like if somebody was to diss me on a track or something, like I don't have to put it on DistroKid and wait like 2 weeks to drop it. Like I can send it to them right now and have that shit out tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? Like
more of a like
just and my shit's going across a desk. You know what I mean? Versus, you know, just a computer. You know what I mean? So. And then, you know, I get the Vivo access, the Vivo channel, but I don't have to pay for that type of stuff, and I get paid directly versus trying to have to get watch hours and everything off of YouTube, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's just a different scale, you know what I'm saying? They definitely work your records for you. So if you're making quality music, they'll get behind it.
Okay. And a distribution deal is different than like signing to a label.
Right, yeah.
Very different things.
Two different.
Distribution is literally like getting the music out, maybe doing some promotion and things like that, but signing a label deal is very different, right?
Right, they run you, you know what I'm saying? I run the deal because I signed not just myself, but my label, Survival 7. I signed the whole label to In Grooves, you know what I mean?
Survival 7, let's talk about
Survival 7
it.
in the building, you know what I mean? That's the movement, man. You know what I'm saying? That's Survival 7 carries on my younger brother who was murdered in 2001, his legacy. Told me to never stop rapping. Told me I was the dopest, you know what I'm saying? And just so that's why I keep moving. That's why I'm continuing to do this, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my motivation right there.
Moving, keep making them proud, man. You're doing your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah. I kind of asked it, but we got sidetracked a little bit. Let's talk about your writing process, your creation process. You like to be in the lab listening to the beat. You like to be at home without a beat. How do you get inspiration? How do you like to write? How do you like to create? Break that whole thing down for me.
I do both. You know what I mean? Like sometimes without the beat, sometimes with the beat. But I have my studio that I record at is at my house.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like I just live in there. You know what I mean?
Pretty much. Roll over, right?
Yeah, just roll over, play some beats, and just get to it. But like, you know, sometimes I don't be in the mood to write, probably like every other artist. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm in that mode, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going. I don't even know where it's just coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like. Lately, I just been listening to the beats, and wherever the beats take me, come up with a hook, and I'll freestyle some shit. You know what I mean? Like a lot of songs, like some of everybody's favorite songs of mine, I freestyle them. You know what I mean? Freestyle verses. But you know, I'll write. I might be at the stoplight and think of a couple bars and type them in my phone real quick. You know what I'm saying? So the inspiration just comes from just life, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We always live in life, so. Inspiration strikes at all times.
Keep the mind open, let it flow in, right?
Yeah, I can't even enjoy shit. I go to a basketball game, I'm thinking about like how I can use this person's name, you know what I'm saying, or this move in a bar or something they just did, you know what I mean, something crazy like that. So
spin move on the next MC to come at me, yo.
Yeah.
Dope, man. Dope. Yeah. Recording music. I mean, you say you got the home studio, but do you have like a producer or engineer that you specifically work with? You send stuff out to people to get it all finished? Yeah,
I do send it out. Like, so I work with this like they're like a mixing and mastering group, and also a production group, the Fraternity out of Colorado Springs. And so I just record at the crib. I'm not an engineer, so I don't even try. I just learn how to get a good recording in. I just ship that shit off.
Make sure it's not clipping.
Yeah, make sure it's not clipping. Make sure it's smooth. You know, I bought the equipment to make sure, so I just send it off to them, and they do the mixing and the mastering for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Talk a little bit more about your crew. Who's in the crew?
Yeah. Vinny T's my manager. I'm sure. I don't know if you met.
I met Vinny T. I think he's like the first one from the group that like I was
introduced. So Vinny T, that's my manager. Then we have Urbane. He does like A&R and production work and stuff like that. And then you have, as far as the artists go, you have Mike Steele out of Colorado Springs. Knowledge. He's based out of Denver. He's originally from Atlanta. And I just recently acquired TMac. He's an artist, TMac out of Chicago, but he's based out of Denver too, you know what I mean? So like we just a small crew rocking, you know what I mean? Some hungry guys going after it.
Hey, there's a lot of hungry people out here in Denver.
There is a lot of hungry guys
trying to get it on, man. Yeah. It's really dope to come out here and see the community aspect and what's going on. And something you just sort of mentioned earlier is that it wasn't always like that.
No, it wasn't always.
It wasn't,
like that.
You know, people always coming out and supporting each other's events and stuff like that. Talk about the evolution and sort of what you've seen.
Man, you know, it used to be like everybody says Denver used to be real cliquish, you know what I mean? But what I'm noticing, and I'm one of those guys, like I'll just pull up at somebody's show, you know what I mean? If I meet somebody, network with people, or just go there just to be a fan, you know what I mean? Because I love music, you know what I mean? So, but I'm noticing like the community is just everybody's coming out to show everybody love, you know what I'm saying? And it used to be like, oh, I I ain't messing with him because he don't mess with my boy, or I don't, you know what I mean? Just he ain't a part of our crew, so we ain't going out to pull up for his type of stuff. But now everybody's just showing love just for the art, you know what I mean? So, and it's just turned into like there's pockets, of course, you know what I'm saying, but everybody in those respective pockets seem to be supporting each other to the fullest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it just, rising tide lifts all boats, right? You can't say, I'm not going to support him because he don't support me. Like, it can work that way, but it can work the opposite also. If you support somebody, they might support you back, and, you know, everybody will just build together.
But see, I don't even look at it like you must support. Like, I'm just coming out to support, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just showing up, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, you know, in turn, people show up for you. They see you at, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen you at my shows. Like, if you ever have an event, like, you know, he always pulls up, but, you know, for the show. So I'm definitely going to pull up to his event, you know what I mean? So love is love, you know what I'm saying? So
respect, real recognize real.
Yeah, real
exactly.
recognize real.
Man, Denver Hiphop. What else? Like, I don't know, man. What do you think about the general scene out here? Obviously, a lot of spitters, a lot of people doing their thing, a lot of different styles, though. A lot of something that gets brought up on my show sometimes is that Denver doesn't really have like a central sound, and maybe that's the reason why an artist from Denver hasn't really popped off yet. What do you think about the exposure here to the artists in Denver? Because like we said, there's a lot of killers out here doing great work.
Yeah, there definitely is. I think that it's coming. But the problem with everybody wants it now, you know what I'm saying? But you must persevere through patience, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about our timing, you know what I'm saying? The timing belongs to somebody else. So when the timing is right, we'll get our just dues, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I feel like it's a beautiful thing that Denver doesn't have a central sound. I like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of different shit to listen to, you know what I mean? Because there is no central sound, so I like a bunch of different type of music, you know what I mean? So like I can support different local artists. So I think that's a good thing that there's no central sound, you know what I mean? It adds more of a variety, you know what I'm saying? And when we do get our time to shine, we gonna have more people coming out because there's a whole bunch of different things going on, you know what I mean? That fill different lanes. So that's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. That's a great perspective on it.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Hesh, man. I mean, you know, I need to sit with your music more.
Yeah, man.
Because, you know, we're going to get another conversation in and have a little bit more in depth. This was super impromptu.
Right, we just happened to be at the barbershop.
Hey, I saw you a couple of days ago. We were like, yo, we got to get a convo in. And here we are. I had this stuff. Why not do it? But what else? What are some things that, you know, I didn't really ask you about that maybe people should know about you, or things you want to, you know, get off your chest about the community, about anything that's happening right now in the world?
Know, I ain't even got, like, I hear all the time, like, people like, man, don't nobody show me love. But I don't see that, so I don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, hey, come to the shows, man. Like, expect some new music. I got some shoes coming out, you know what I'm saying? I got merch, hashgotbars.com, you know what I'm saying? Tap in with me. You can get to the music, you can get to my social medias on there. Like, artists, tap in with me, man. Like, we could do some business together, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what's up, you know? I'm just trying to work,
Man's got his
bro.
business pretty right, he's got his ducks in a row over here, it sounds
That's
like.
it,
so,
man. Yeah.
Hey, he's open. Hit him up.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, hashgotbars on all social medias, you know, hashgotbars.com. Tap in with me, man. Like, there's really nothing, like, if you want to know about me, listen to the music.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
If I listen to the album, I'm sure I have a lot more.
You have, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I put it.
Where'd the name come from?
It's short for it's like my nickname.
Okay.
Like, so my name is Hashim. You know what I mean? It's an Arabic name, but it always gets butchered. People call me Hashim, Hashim, you know what I mean? But it's just Hashim, you know what I mean? But so everybody's calling me Hash, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like Nasir, Nas, Hashim, Hash, you know what I mean?
Ooh, little connections
you
here.
feel me?
Dope, man. Hey, who are some of your favorite artists around Denver that you like to listen to?
My favorite artists around Denver, man, I really like, you know, I like bars, you know what I mean? I like hip hop, so like 4 or 5, Rose, of course, you know, the guys in my crew. Who else do I really tap in with out here? You know, SG,
Are you on the 4-5 album?
I'm not. You know what? I'm not on it. I was supposed to be.
I know he had a lot of features on there.
He did have
and a lot of the guys.
features on it.
I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
he hit
Too
me
many
up,
to remember.
And we were supposed to do one together, but I didn't get around to making it over there. But we gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm glad I made the Rose album too. I'm excited about it. That's one of my favorite features. Oh, Nello. Nello is. Do you know Nello?
No.
Nello, very talented artist, you know what I'm saying? So I really rock with Nello. We got a song coming out too. So him and Rose got like my 2 favorite features coming out with me on it in the future. Yeah, man, I hate to, miss out on anybody, but it's kind of impromptu, you know what I mean? But
Hey, that's a good list. We just need a little starter list.
Something. Yeah, it's a little starter list.
And then, as we do the research, we'll see who's featured on the track, and then, you go from there.
Yeah,
it's like a tree that all branches off, That's
yeah,
kinda...
but, DNA, because, I rock with Denver artists, man. Like you said, there's so many talented artists out here, it's just hard to put your finger on one, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just important to carve out your lane. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. I stay in my lane. Because if you come in my lane, you're going to cause a crash. And, like, we ain't trying to see that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You know what I mean? But, yeah, everybody got their perspective lanes. But I like I do tap in with a lot of artists out here. Mm-hmm.
So, we just talked about, a couple of features that are coming out. But what about some of your personal work? You have a solo album you're working on? Or sort of what's in the works with you right now?
Man, I got, like, 3 albums done. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on another one right now, you know what I'm saying? And thinking about another one and just want to drop them. But, like, it's like the opportunities just keep escalating, you know what I'm saying? So, like, now I'm working with, like, some different producers on some different levels. And it's like, I want to drop this and not that yet, you know what I'm saying? So, like, but not saying that these producers in Denver, because there are some producers that are on industry level, like Gloomy, the whole Old Soul, you know what I'm saying? I would love to do a track with Old Soul over one of his beats. There's a lot of dope producers out here. And my last EP I did, it's all straight with a Denver producer named Ice Cold, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I got this whole different sound coming in right now, and I made some crazy music over it, and I've been, like, sampling it in my recent shows, and people been going nuts over it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The reaction been crazy. Nice. So I think I got maybe my team keeps telling me I'll probably drop like a 3-piece, which I don't know. Like I said, now that I can just do what I want to do as far as like putting music out, don't have to schedule it out, I might just, who knows? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got shit.
It's interesting, right? When you have a whole bunch of stuff in the clip already, and then you have new stuff that you're recording. Interesting trying to balance that and figure out the release strategy, I guess, really, right?
Yeah, it is interesting.
Whole different part of the artistry.
And I'm not never one to like, I write a dope verse. I'm not like, oh shit, I gotta save this verse for this. Like, nah, there's another one coming. Like, I forgot about that one.
Do.
Yeah, this, you know what I mean, every day. So. But, yeah, I'm going to do it, I'm going to plan it out methodically, but it's just like different opportunities have presented themselves. So it's just about making the right moves, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're focusing on now.
Hey, make your next move your best move, right?
Yeah.
Well, Hash, this was a dope little convo. I'm glad we got this one in. A little bit short, but I think it's a great base.
Yeah, it's a great base, man. We definitely going to tap in again. And I got to go to the studio right now, so I'm just getting a text.
Studio time, baby. It's time to get to work.
Yes, sir.
But, my man, dope to have you in here. Connect a little bit and be on the lookout for the next one and all the features that are coming out, all right?
Man, all the features, all the new music, you know what I'm saying? Man, this is dope, though, because I didn't know you, you know what I mean? And I was watching shit, like, I really like that podcast right there. Like, I got to get on there somehow, you know what I mean? And here we are.
It's wild, yeah. I seen you Thursday, came up. We never, like, officially talked. It was our first time a couple of days ago, and here we are again. And, hey, we in the spot. We got the equipment, and we got it done.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to CO. Congratulations on the grand opening of his new barbershop.
Yep, CO Reed Barbershop here in Lakewood,
Make
Colorado.
Sure y'all come tap in. He got the dopest barbers in the city out here.
Dope barbers, dope art, dope vibe, man. Come check it out.
It's a whole vibe. Pool tables in the middle and everything, man.
Bring your money, all right?
25 years in the business. I'm Tom Brady in the pocket, throwing bullets at niggas. Call me cocky, murder verses like a serial killer. Well, my advice, get a bag and stay the fuck out your feelings. We catching flights from Miami to Grenada, still burying the paper. Been married to the game. She put this ring on my finger. See the flame on the torch, burn the stage.